Hey everyone, welcome to Home Cooking Star. This is Chef Sarah Marriott. We're ready to do episode 4. We have announced the top 20 finalists on the company blog, so make sure and check it out. We also want you to get to know each of the contestants a little bit, so we're going to have a segment on each, starting with 10 this week and 10 in next week's show. So let's get started. Here's the top 20. Hal Decker is one of our finalists, having entered a bourbon peach barbecue sauce in the contest. On another note, Hal is a self-taught private chef for a family in Bellevue, Washington. He's won a couple of medals in some amateur cooking competitions and even teaches cooking classes. Most interesting about Hal is he loves to cook a whole pig in an earthen oven called an emu. He wraps the pig in banana leaves after filling it with various vegetables and then puts the pig in a hole in the ground with white hot rocks and madrona wood, seals it with dirt, and cooks it for 10 hours. Way to go, Hal. Craig Thompson, 23, of Ogdensburg, New York, entered his Buddha's barbecue sauce, which is spicy hot and includes beer as an ingredient. We know we've made it and it was great. Craig's dream is to go to culinary school this year and is competing in 2 competitions, hoping to hit a home run. He currently works in a bakery and spends most of his spare time cooking and eating his delicious creations. Elizabeth Miller loves to cook and feed people. She's on a quest to perfect a homemade baguette, handmade mozzarella, and wishing she had enough room in her kitchen to cut up a whole pig and make all sorts of lovely things. Check out Hal's video, Liz. He cooked one in the ground. Also, Elizabeth is a down-to-earth person. She enjoys gardening, hiking, camping, reading, hanging out, and is into history, archaeology, geology, nature, and science in general. She has never worked in a kitchen, but she has many people around her that love to cook. Some of her best memories are home-cooked dinners around friends, mass sushi rolling parties, crabbing and clamming, and cooking on the beach. Elizabeth's recipe is called Cascade Blue Barbecue Sauce. Maurice Larimer comes to us already a champion in barbecue, having won and placed in several high-profile barbecue cook-offs, including 4th at the World Series of Barbecue in Kansas City and 1st in the Quaker Oats Top Chef Quickfire Challenge just this year. He submitted quite the recipe in Home Cooking Star called Coco Mo's First Barbecue Sauce. Like all sauces in this contest, try it for yourself. While Maurice has barbecued for many famous celebrities throughout the years, he is currently the head chef at Coco Mo's Catering out of Red Bluff, California. Finally, Maurice loves to barbecue and is hoping someday to have his very own webcast show. Susie Weaver has been making a version of Susie's Spankin' Good Barbecue Sauce, which she entered in Home Cooking Stars contest. Susie believes she has a desire to cook embedded in her soul from the get-go. From mud pies to Tootsie Roll sandwiches, she was always creating something. In fact, when she was a kid in school, she used to go to the nurse's office and fake a deathly illness so she could go home and play in the kitchen. Susie is a recipe contest buff, having started to enter recipes in contests about 10 years ago. She is writing her own cookbook now and hopes to have that published someday soon. So far, she has got about 200 recipes in it, but that number is always growing. Rich Hollenberg has been a TV host in various capacities for over 13 years. He prides himself on being somewhat of a Renaissance man, adaptable and versatile, and a quick study on most subjects. He also has a strong sports background in TV, ESPN, NFL Network, Fox Sports Net, but it's recently segued into the direct response world, first on live shopping, electronic retail, HSN, Shop NBC, and now with infomercials. His love for cooking is simple with layers of complexity, and his recipe entry includes an interesting ingredient, Dr. Pepper. Rich's sauce is called Triple S Barbecue Sauce. Maybe you should try it tonight. Tony Rydell felt first compelled to become a chef when he was just 15 and took to watch The Frugal Gourmet on PBS. Over the years, he combined his singing in a heavy metal band with passion for food and created a name for himself, the Heavy Metal Gourmet. He opened a barbecue restaurant in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 2006, which features the pulled barbecue pork and chicken that tons of people love, especially his sauce and dry rub. He's entered his honey bourbon barbecue sauce in home cooking star and hopes someday to also have his own cooking show. Mitchell Harmon has always been in the kitchen, starting first with his Nana, who would let him assist her in the creation of whatever meal she was making. His style of cooking is taking what the average home cook can do and then push the envelope and make it into something truly delicious. Mitchell first started entertaining friends with food in college at poker night. The concept behind that menu was making clean but filling food that you could easily eat with one hand. After that, he sent numerous barbecues for friends on holiday weekends as well, and still continues to design and test his own unique dishes. Mitchell entered his sangria barbecue sauce in the Home Cooking Star contest, and he believes he will be the very next home cooking star. Jerry Riddle started experimenting with cooking about 4 years ago. She loves all kinds of cooking: baking, candy making, appetizers, breakfast, main courses, anything. I guess out of everything, cookies and Mexican food are my specialties. Jerry has a 4-year-old niece that is her little chef. She pulls up her stool and gets ready to help stir, add ingredients, open cans, just whatever I need her to do. Other than cooking, Jerry's Great Dane is her passion. She recently had a litter of puppies. She also enjoys reading, weekends with her family, and computer games. Jerry's been in the lead with votes from the onset, with quite the following from friends and family. When asked how she did it, she simply replied, she has a great deal of support from everyone. Her recipe, Mini Mom's barbecue sauce, was also picked up by the judges as being in the very top 20. Kevin Vrabel's love of cooking started back in his childhood, where due to economic reasons, his mother was forced to make do from just a few things in the kitchen. I remember many times eating creamed corn over toast or milk gravy, over toast, lots of beans and potatoes. I was amazed how my mother would make what I felt at the time to be a feast out of nothing. Later on, he discovered the art of cooking with the old black pot Dutch oven method and spends considerable time feeding youth groups and others at various events. The most challenging was feeding 200 teenage boys for 1 week. Kevin is hoping his Pop's barbecue sauce will go the distance and become the very next home cooking star. As you can see, we have many fine contestants. We profiled 10 today, we're going to profile 10 next week. So come on back, vote for anyone you want, and try everybody's recipes online. We'll see you next week.